I want to catch a giant bluefin tuna.
Where do you need to go to catch these tunas?
Giant bluefin tuna are caught anywhere from North Carolina to Nova Scotia.
How far do you have to go to catch the tuna?
I plan on following the giant bluefin tuna as they migrate from Prince Edward Island to Morehead City, North Carolina.
Why do you need to follow the fish? Why can't you fish for these tunas right here off Virginia Beach? Haven't you caught enough large tunas already?
I need to challenge myself against the giant bluefin tuna.
Challenge yourself. What does that mean?
Catching a giant bluefin tuna is the ultimate fishing challenge. Once I catch a giant bluefin tuna, I will be happy.
This sounds ridiculous.
I will follow the giant tunas in my boat until they reach North Carolina. You will be able to follow my progress from my Spot satellite tracking device.
I don't think this is a good idea. You cannot go after these tunas.
They are not just any tuna. I want to battle with giant bluefin tunas.
Whatever, you will not be able to catch a giant tuna.
I have extremely heavy-duty fishing equipment to ensure success. I will follow the giant bluefins along their migration route.
I think you should fish for these fish right here.
My boat is equipped with all the electronics and fishing gear I need to tangle with bluefin tuna. Giant bluefin tuna.
You cannot follow the tunas.
They are giant bluefin tuna, not just tunas. I will follow them. I must fight the giant bluefin tuna and win.
What about your job?
I'm requesting a leave of absence to battle giant bluefin tunas.
A leave of absence to catch tuna. You are a buffoon.
Not tuna, giant bluefin tuna. Get it right. I have made too many preps not to go.
What do you mean preps?
I have made all preparations for battling giant tunas. I have spent a fortune preparing for an 8-hour battle with a giant bluefin tuna.
An 8-hour battle with a fish? Are you insane?
No, I'm not insane. It routinely takes 8 hours to battle 1,200-pound giant bluefin tunas. I have 8 Penn International 130 reels on bent-buck rods with roller guides. These reels hold more than 5,000 yards of power pro braided line. I'm ready to battle giant bluefin tunas.
You should rethink this idea of following fish.
My plan is set in stone. In addition to my Penn International 130 reels, I have outriggers and radar. I also reinforced all my rod holders so they can hold up to a giant bluefin pulling 80 pounds of drag. I also have a stand-up harness and a rope I can use to lash myself to the boat so I won't get pulled overboard by a giant bluefin tuna.
What about your job?
I might lose my job, but that is a small price to pay to follow giant bluefin tuna. Dang it. I forgot to buy a harpoon.
What do you need a harpoon for?
When a giant bluefin tuna gets close to my boat, I may need to harpoon it.
You mean like harpooning a whale?
Sort of, but I will be harpooning a giant tuna, not a whale. I do not want to battle whales on rod and reel. I want to catch a giant bluefin tuna. Once I harpoon the giant tuna, I will rest and let the giant fish tow my boat until it tires out. The harpoon is tied to the boat, get it? Once the giant tuna is exhausted, I can bring it onto my boat.
You won't be able to do that by yourself.
Good point. I will call my BFFs JC and James Metzger right away. They will want to follow the giant bluefin tunas too. I'm certain they want to battle giant bluefin tunas with me. JC will harpoon the giant tunas and James Metzger will winch the behemoth fishes through my tuna door.
JC and James Metzger do not want to follow the tunas with you.
James Metzger will catch giant bluefin tunas on his new jigging gear and JC will repeatedly launch top water plugs until he hooks a 1,200-pound bluefin tuna on his popping rod.
Will you be safe?
We will all be tied to the boat, so we won't get pulled overboard by giant tunas. We will only come into port when we need fuel. I will use Twitter and Facebook to update you on our progress and post videos of our awesome battles. We will fight giant tunas, huge sharks and monster swordfishes at night. The night battles will be very scary. We might even hook a great white shark at night. We will cut the line if we hook a great white so we can focus on battling giant bluefin tunas.
Facebook and Twitter is the only way we will communicate?
I will not be in cell phone range most of the time. Look, I need to focus on fishing for giant bluefin tunas right now.
What do you mean you need to focus?
My gear is so well prepared that hooking 3 giants at the same time is certain. Every hook is razor sharp and each knot is tied to perfection. I must orchestrate a plan for us to conquer 3 giant bluefin tunas at the same time right now. JC will run to the front of the boat and fight his fish up there, while James Metzger battles his giant tuna from the aft port corner of the boat. I will leave my rod in one of the reinforced rod holders and crank on my giant bluefin, only when I'm not engaged in radical boat maneuvers, in order to keep us all hooked up. I'm sure this plan will work.
You are sure?
No, but I figure it's our only shot at successfully beating 3 giant bluefin tunas simultaneously.
This is really stupid.
I must go load up my F-250 for the journey to Nova Scotia.
Is your truck and trailer just going to sit in Nova Scotia while you follow the fish?
OMG, I did not think of that. Will you fly up to Canada and drive my F-250 down to Morehead City, North Carolina, so it will be standing by at the dock when we return from 6 months of giant bluefin tuna fishing?
No.
Shit. I almost forgot. When you get my truck to Morehead City, you will need to load it with ice. We need lots of ice to keep the giant bluefin tunas fresh for sushi.
I am not going to load your truck with ice.
I want to eat giant tuna steaks and fresh tuna salad sandwiches for months on end, while I tell the stories of fighting giant tunas.
I don't like listening to your fishing stories over and over again. You cannot follow tuna.
I want to follow the giant tunas. I want to catch a giant bluefin tuna.